Back in the kitchen, just cut a leek. If I'd be chopping them this way, I wouldn't be able to read in between. When I chop it this way, I can read in between. There's some sand on it, and I don't like that. Otherwise, I wasn't going to chop it that way. So I'll put on this dirty water, come from the city. Now, I'm not sure where that sand came from, right? There's sand all over it. I'm not sure what country it's from, right? So maybe we transferred from one side of the country to bring all those nasty things that should never live on this side of the country. You ever think why we're all divided, right? You ever think why we're divided by countries and oceans and rivers? Maybe to stop the, transformation of this earth. Have you ever thought of that? What does it mean, the transformation of this earth? I'm going to tell you. Transformation of this earth is when they built the earth, right? And this was created for a multitude of species for many, many, many reasons, right? And put away the butter. And they just can't have the other side of the world come to this side of the world. That's it. It wasn't made for it, because if you bring multitudes of worlds together, you're going to create the multitudes of cycles together, and there's nothing wrong with it. We were going to do it anyways. They knew it because we're curious people and we're building to move. And we learn with life what shows up with these bodies and how long they can actually last. You know what I'm saying? Like if we can't grow three-legged frogs over here, right? Because we don't have the element of it, but somebody brings the element in, right? We begin to grow three-legged frogs, right? Or did I say three? This is pretty cool, eh? This separates so good. These are leeks. I always thought they were like onions, but I'm not even really sure what they taste like. So I'm going to find out, because although this might not be the first time I'm making leeks, right? And further to the top, they even get dirtier and dirtier, and I don't know. I'm not in the mood for it. All I know is a friend of mine was over, my son's mother, and I told her about cratin. And I said, for your little bit of pain you have, maybe it's a good tea to have once a week, I don't know. I read about it. I like it. I like it. She has a few ailments. It'll help her out, So, and just to know, the mental, the mind, just to know it's something good. You have to know it's good. If you think things are not good, they'll never be good mentally, Mentally, it's one of the biggest things next to pain. Right? You can beat pain mentally. It won't go away. The question is, the pain that we have, right, is the body living the pain where it's cramping. Because once the body starts to cramp, my friends, everything and all you are is in pain, and you have no life. You're just taking care of the pain. Can you block it all out? Well, will the pain cause other problems? Does the pain of pressure become pressures inside your body? And pressures and stopping your body from performing the way it needs to sustain life, So that's the big thing in this. So I got that. I got some of this. I'm going to mix it all together. I'm going to look up what kind of spices to put. See the underneath of this, right? There was a black thing over here, and I thought it was stopping my pepper from getting bigger. I thought it was stopping this from moving. So it bothered me. So I took a pliers one day and I took it all off. I mean, I've seen it 1,000 times and it never stopped. And I always knew this was an adjustment, but I didn't really think of it. So you adjust this and you make it loose, and it's like a little spring bottom, right? It falls naturally to the bottom, you see? And that gauges, the grinding of your pepper. And at the same time, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like a star gear. It's inside, right? And there's a spring inside of it. It springs and it works on this here. But I was a dodo head, right? It was a dodo head. Sleeping, dodo, right? When you say dodo, a new word, dodo means to sleep. Go to sleep. Dodo, fedodo, go to sleep. So when you say dodo, 4 and 15, okay, it equals go to sleep. And now it's a 0-4. So since it's a 0-4, 0-4 now connects to 1-3 and 2-2. Because 0 means of two regions, right? 2-2, right, is the 0 because there's no 1 involved, right? 2-2, 1-3, there is a 1 involved. 1-3 and 2 and 2. So when you talk about the 0, you're talking about the the 2 and 2, I'm assuming. When you're talking about 1, 3, right? The letter M is 1 and 3, the 13th letter, A and M, McDonald's. When you're talking about 1, 3, they both have the ace dot inside of it. Okay? So the ace dot inside of it is 2 zeros in each one, right? Around and around. Doesn't matter halfway around. There's 3 dots. It only does this. It creates an I. 3 creates an I. 5 creates a circle, right? So if it's 0, 4, okay, like only the D letter, that D letter will say 0, 4, which is now 6, 4, 10, creates 10, right? 0, 0, 4. Now, if it was in the next section of 4, it wouldn't be 4. It would be number 8, and it would be the H instead of the D. Second section, H instead of the D. You now have, instead of having the D, you'll have the H. And then the H, because it's 0, 8, you'll now be put 6 and 8, and that'll become 14. Right? So 6 and 8 will become 14. So now your 8 would say whether or not it's a 17, 1 and 7 equals 8, or 2 and 6 equals 8. Right? 2 and 6 equals 8. So 0, 1, okay? So we're going to give an even number to the 0, right? It's not loud, it's not low, but the energy is still there, so somebody's able to feel that energy. Instead of hearing the energy, now you're feeling the energy. Raphael, thank you for watching.